Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Jackson now. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Hurts. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, we saw... His much heralded college career, he parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. To throw is Jackson. Steps away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And Walker has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. This goes to a former Eagle, Nelson Aguilar. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. Rolling to his right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now it's Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize, put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll start with a give to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 59 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move. Able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Here now, 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete.
Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Henry up the middle, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Jackson now.
That is caught.
And he'll go down, but not before. Inside the 30. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Walker. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And he's taken down inside the 30. Now Jackson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down. Inside handoff, Henry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From the gun, Jackson on the move to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return. Dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again.
Jackson from the shotgun.
And he's done everything he could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Repeated the last play, finding Walker.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Rolling to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Up the middle with Barkley. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Man open left side is Brown.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to... and gain any yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Barkley, inside handoff. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now here come the Ravens.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow, and I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now it's Jackson, out to his left. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing is Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. He'll get it inside the 20. And just shutting him off there. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's had it working pretty well here in this first half up until that last drive when he put it on the turf, Charles.
So I don't think they want to overreact to that fumble, because now you've got a guy that's played so well. You don't want to take him and limit his effectiveness by worrying about it too much. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw him next week at meetings. He'd have a football with him at all times.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here's Hurts to throw. This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
Throwing is Hurts.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 34 yards.
And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers.
And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Odafe Oweh. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick 6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick 6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick 6, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Here's a give to Barkley. Able to fight through one tackle. Down to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 37 yards. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Zay Flowers and the Raven offense back onto the field. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities. Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Jackson now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Jackson will keep it, and he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Jackson to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Here's Jackson.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
At their own 13-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll look to throw again.
Quick slant, Dotson.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Hurts.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense... Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And some space here. Oh, some strong running. Still going. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get a bit closer.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Eagles 28. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next position. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. To throw is Jackson. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from going up by 30. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. They'll go to Barkley again, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now Saquon Barkley. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good on the extra point. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Going deep for Walker. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it looks like the defense has got it. And they are going to have a long field ahead as he is picked up and slammed down on the return. It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. To throw again is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. A dynamo since the break, 3 third-quarter touchdowns. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. This is Smith with the ground. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 66 yards. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Going deep for Walker. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now it's Barkley. 147 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. 2nd down and 4. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Here's Hurts to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. Hurts will throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Jackson. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now it's Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And this one is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And Walker has it. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Jackson. This is caught, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 32 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Jackson here is going to look to throw, and this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Rolling to his right. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing is Hurts. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Back to throw again. He'll buy some time right. The ball comes out, and the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And this one too low.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Jackson now.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
A great play there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Ravens add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. So that is a big one, folks. Can you believe it? 8 passing touchdowns in a single game until today. That had never been done in NFL history.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They begin with a run by Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Again, it's Barkley.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. After the interception, here's Jackson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. He'll look to throw.
Quick slant here to Smith.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Throwing quickly for Mark Andrews.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now Jackson.
Right back to his go-to. It's Walker. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Quarterback. Tailback.
Lamar Jackson scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Ravens just continue to roll. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to be.
And he loses the football a second time.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base and scoring.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A first down carry for Barkley. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards.
And the Ravens have got it on cruise control. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And what a return as he brings this all the way back. 20-yard line.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your...
And now here is another interception.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith.
And he knocks